What's up, nerds? What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's quest is an event focus. We're going to concentrate on the colors of magic. It's the colors of magic. I'm going to start trying to do an updated version on how to approach some of these standard events or some of these events that come around once in a blue moon and putting them inside of my Discord channel. If you're not in there, I just rearranged all of the groupings, all of the channel threads into stuff that's a little more organized, and we have an entire section dedicated to how to approach each specific event. We interrupt this program to bring you a promotion by me. I want to get to 1,000 subs, so if you're not already a subscriber, I'll make you a deal. If I make you even slightly giggle or you find any of the information useful in this video, hit the subscribe button below, get us into the Discord. You don't have to chat or do anything. You can turn off notifications if you like. We're just trying to get to 1,000 subs so we can monetize the channel and maybe, just maybe, get me some free VIP. How about that? Is that bad? What are you talking about? Let's do the thing. Come on, do the thing. And I want to start with the colors of magic and go through what I do to approach this event. I haven't even paid for the thing yet, and it's a 2-node event. Now, if you're not familiar with the Color of Magic event, the real reason this event is so important to go flawless in is because the prize for said event, number one, is you get a non-dupe from the signature spell book of all color pack from the PMA. So you get a non-dupe PMA card, and really one of the most important things you can do for PMAs is go get the Moxes. Because those are always going to be standard, legal. For newer and mid-level tier players, collections, Moxes are probably an auto-include in just about every color deck that you play. In addition to that, there's also some very powerful cards, especially in green with Seed, and in blue with Deny Gems and all that shenanigans. Oh, it's annoying to face, but it's powerful when it's on your side. So let's kind of go over the overview of the event. The key to this event is playing cards that cost 11 or less, and typically right at 11 is where you want to be. So with this first top node, win with only common, uncommon, and rare cards, so it's a peasant build only, so only rare, commons, and uncommons. And the nimble, you want to cast 10 or more cards with cost 11 or less is the top node. The bottom node is exactly the same thing, except that it's 11 or more. So what people will make the mistake of doing when they first play this is in the bottom node, they'll play some cards that are 11 or less, and they'll play a couple of power cards that are more than 11. But what most new people don't understand is that there's a gem on board, and the rule for this is as follows. Cards can't gain mana. When you match gems, trigger an effect based on your mana bonus of the gem's color. If it's greater than 0, if you matched 4 or more gems, double your mana bonus for that effect. So not necessarily the mana that you gain, but the bonuses that happen because of it. So the top node, 5 colors of magic. If we click on that, white, you gain X life. If you match a blue gem, you create X Thopter tokens, whatever the X is. The first opposing creature, if you click a black, is -X until the end of turn. Red, deal X damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Green, your first creature gets +X until the beginning of your turn. This is the most important part. When you make your first match during your turn, gain 1 loyalty, then reduce the cost of the first 2 cards in your hand by 11. The trick to this event is you only want to play cards that cost 11. You'll qualify for both nodes, top and bottom. And if you do play cards that cost more than 11, there are a couple that I do recommend you do at certain points, or at least I did in the past. If you make a match, you hit 11, it reduces that card's cost by 11. That's permanent. So if it costs 22, it goes down to 11, and so you have to match twice to get it. Anything short of 22, but more than 11, you have to make 2 matches or 2 turns, basically, to get that card in that way. But it gives you 2 cards. Now, it's not listed here, but it is worded this way. The cards that can gain mana will gain mana. So if they've already had their cost reduced to 0, it'll move on to the next one, so you don't have to worry about rearranging your hand. It will take care of what needs to be done. With that said, the bottom node is Mana Wheel. In this one, white, first creature with least power in your hand gets +X. Blue, increase the cost of the first card in your opponent's hand by X. Black, your opponent loses X life. Red, deal X damage to last opposing creature. And green, reduce the cost of the last card in your hand by X. And I believe X, although it's not listed here, X is whatever you matched, or it might be whatever the number of gems are on the board. I don't know. We'll go take a look at that here in a second. So a quick editor's note here. I actually couldn't figure out what X equaled in this. I thought it was maybe the number of gems matched or whatever it was. Turns out I wound up getting the answer in Discord. This is one of the big reasons why you should be in a Discord channel, because there's a lot of people in there that can answer questions for you that are much smarter than you. Case in point, Bongo the Gray. He's over at TP9 or the Power 9. He works over there with those guys. And my question was, I couldn't figure out what it was. He says, here's the answer. X is equal to the mana bonus that the Planeswalker you chose has on each of those colors. So if you're using OG Koth and match red gems with, then the X on the red effect equals 9, but every other effect X equals 0 because he has either 0 or negative mana bonuses on all the other colors. That makes so much sense. And a huge shout out to Bongo the Gray. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate your expertise. You are an absolute god amongst men. Thank you. All right. So with that said, how do I approach building for the node, either one of these? Now, first and foremost, let's go take a look at the strategy that I like to employ most. So what I do is I go grab Karn. If you don't have Karn, any colorless walker will do. But what I would like to do first, before I build anything, is I go into the card pool and I just say, let's go look at spells. Okay, let's go look at all spells that are available for this. And then I scroll down by the bottom portion here to where I get to the 11 casting cost cards. There's my first 11, so I look down here, 10, 10, 10, 11 starts right here. So Vat of Emergence, that pulls a card from the graveyard to the board. So the immediate one that I throw in there is Sleep with the Fishes. Sleep with the Fishes is an easy auto-include because I want to disable their cards, their creatures, and I want to move on from there. Angel Fire Ignition is another one that I like to have in there because it gives me some life gain. Vat of Emergence, it allows me to proliferate escalate, so that might be something I throw in there. And I just start putting a pile of 11s in there just to see what it does. Tolarian Geyser, return target creature to its owner's hand. This is a great one. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Forgot about this one. You gain 6 life. You won't get any kicker abilities, but the ability to return a creature to hand is very powerful, especially when they're drawing a lot of cards. If they run some draw stuff and their hand is full, it'll just destroy that target creature. And we want some removal, so that's a great one to go with. So now I will go with Refuse to Yield because target creature you control gets +2/+7 and gains vigilance until beginning of your next turn, period. Hard stop. So that's the first effect of that. If it's disabled, enable it. And if we're going to be playing against other people who are going to be running Sleep with the Fishes, then this is going to allow us to be able to take advantage of that. This is a good one because it deals with life gain and corruption of gems, so it allows you to be able to do some things on the board to be able to start impacting long-term gameplay and finish the game strong. You want something that wins quick once you've met your objectives. And that's about it in the spells. So the top 4 cards that I have here are Sleep with the Fishes, Angel Fire Ignition, Tolarian Geyser, and Refuse to Yield are all 4 cards that would make it in there. The 2 that I might cut would be Corrupt or Vat Emergence. So let's move on to creatures now and see what we've got there. One important thing that I forgot to do is you also want to select only peasant cards. Fortunately for me, that was all peasant cards here, so these all still work. Rare, no mythics or anything I've chosen here, so good to know. So we go back to the creatures here. So we're at the 11s now, and the 11s start with War Oracle. We're going to look for 2 things specifically. I'm going to look for this card might be one that goes in when this creature enters the battlefield. The first support in your library is moved to your hand. We'll see if there's some supports that are worth getting and tricking into your hand quicker. You definitely want to reach creature. I prefer Skyraker Giant. There's a reason for that. I'll talk about that here in a second. And the biggest thing is that we're going to be running Rem Carlo Stalwart Slayer as our 3rd creature. He's an amazing take no damage type of creature. Very powerful, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here that is worth taking that will allow me to win super quickly once I'm ready to win. Another creature you may want to consider is Conclave Naturalist. When this creature enters the battlefield, destroy 1 support gem of your opponent's control, and that's any support, so it doesn't matter if it's a Vanguard. I'm not sure if it actually works on Vanguards. We'll have to test that out. But everything else will be targetable with that. Now let's go and repeat this process for supports. All right, so Widespread Thieving is what it is, starts at. And I'm just looking for any immediate standout 11s that really matter. Well, Kato could be one because he actually, we'll talk about here in a second. All right, so those are the cards I've chosen so far. Kaido Dancing Shadow is one of the new cards. I've pulled this thing twice. The reason I actually do recommend it's worth considering adding to your build is because of its first ability. Target creature gains can't attack, can't block until the beginning of your next turn. Very functional to be able to lock down some of their creatures. And it doesn't disable them so much as pin them down. Now, this might be a little redundant in that we're going to be using Sleep with the Fishes. However, his secondary ability, draw a card which is 0 and is -2, create a drone token. could be pretty functional in what we're doing here, so I'm actually going to keep it. The other one that I'm going to be looking to remove is going to be Corrupt. So this becomes my 11 card build. You'll notice every single one of them costs 11, and they'll meet both objectives. The top node is 11 or less, bottom node is 11 or more, and don't die. Win the game. Let's give it a shot. And game. That's how we win this first node. Oh my goodness, that was a chore. Quick adjustment I would make to the deck. I will add some Vanguard removal. You're going to run into a lot of them, man. You got to have some Vanguard removal. So let me go add that, and I'll show you which card I chose. Okay, so for the bottom node, and really for the top node as well, I went ahead and made some adjustments. So Conclave Naturalist came in handy, getting rid of some of their supports. Rem Carlos, Skyraker, of course, Sleep, Tolarian Geyser, Angel Fire Ignition, Kaido, really instrumental in helping lock down the opening part of those games if you don't have Sleep of the Fishes. So 2 disables is never a bad thing to have. You might think about cutting it. I thought about cutting it. But the reality is you just never know when you're going to need it to get your butt back into a match. Lizard Blades gives you double strike. Here's one that I totally overlooked, and I don't know why. Painful Quandary 11. When your opponent casts a card, your opponent discards the last card without mana from their hand. If they can't reinforce the support, then your opponent loses X life. X is this support's shield. This is brutal, and because you're going to be casting 2 cards a turn. If they have this out against you, you're hosed, man. And for removal, I'm doing something, for Vanguard removal, I'm doing something a little different. 9 mana, so this does not count towards the bottom node's objective clearing. You just got to play another card. So 1 of under 11, still not over 11, but under 11 is okay. Can't have its mana drained or raised, or drained. For a second there, I thought reduced. It will work with reduced, not just drained. Destroy an opposing Vanguard support. So that's the first thing it does. So we're going after Vanguards first and foremost with this. That's what it's for. If you can't, destroy a target opposing creature. And then finally, if you can't do that, then you can destroy an opposing support. So it starts with Vanguards, goes to creatures, comes back to supports. It is what it is. I think it'll be functional in this build. There's a look at the deck. Before, you'll notice I didn't do a deck pick. This is wise because this is probably the final version of the deck that I'm going to be playing. Click, click. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's go play this bottom node. And again, win with only common, uncommon, and rare cards, same as above, except it's 10 or more cards with 11 or more in cost. But don't let that fool you. You still get the minus 11. So if you want optimal and win quick, you want to do 11 only or less. Kato. I mean, Fists of Kato here, right? So I'm going to show you a trick with Rem and Angel Fire Ignition. Oh yeah, let's go there, because that gives us maximum chance to be able to get into our final ability. I'm going to go ahead and cast Angel Fire Ignition on him right away for a very big reason. It gives him vigilance, and he's bulletproof, so no matter what attacks him, he's able to block. If it does have trample, then it'll hit us, but if it doesn't have trample, it won't. We're going up against Dakin. Dakin is absolutely one of the other premier walkers to run this event with. I choose Karn because of his ability to control my draws more so than Dakin. But Dakin is not a joke, man. And I mean that. He is not a joke. So let's go ahead and go here with both of those. Let's go here. Give him a 5 swap. Sure. Sounds good. Let him ramp into his ultimate as quickly as possible, because that won't be problematic. Very important you have support removal for when he does drop that gem, because he will, and it'll be a pain. At least this creature doesn't have trample. We have a creature with reach, so it should be able to stop it. He used this first. I'm glad for you to use your first, because I will get that life back. Nothing in hand, so all right, so now we're going to go ahead and use our first, pin that down so we don't have to deal with that business anymore, at least not until the next turn. I want Painful Conjurer on the board, and I'm going to mute down Rem because I don't want to cast him. And the reason I'm saying that is if he deals with Rem on the board somehow, I want to back up, because Rem having the ability to give all my creatures bulletproof is critical. And I don't want to squander it by having all of them out there and overexposed. So just hold it back. We got time. We got plenty of time. I got Painful Quandary on the board. We have 6 cards we've already cast that are 11 or more. So we just need 4 more. So that's theoretically 2 more turns. And then it's free reign. We can do whatever we want to win. All right, there's that. She's taking some damage. Boom, boom. 2 more points. Cool, cool. And losing cards from hand. I want some double strikes, so let's get that on the board. And yeah, let's do these 2. Let's go ahead and use our first ability on the big boy there. That's a big boy. We're going to go here for our mana gains. I probably should have just tried to find a disable, like a Sleep with the Fishes kind of thing, but whatever. Actually, I should have probably put the big creature on board and given my first creature double strike. But it is what it is. All right, so here comes this guy with Death Touch, but because my guy's bulletproof, no worries as long as he doesn't exile Remy. He's at his third now. If he does that, I'm hosed. I got to get rid of his creature so he can't attack with that. Oh, of course. He didn't fire it, though. Ah, dude, I'm already at 81 life. This is brutal. What happened here? What happened? All right, let's start digging for what we need. There's one thing we need. Let's Conclave Naturalists. So we've got that. Let's go get the other thing, too, we need, which is Tolarian Academy, or Tolarian Academy. Tolarian Geyser. Yes, let's do that. Let's go ahead and we're going to mute you down. We're going to return the other one. This is a 5 swap, so we'll take that. Boom, boom. We really want to kill these creatures. All right, there's that. I mean, none of this is going to do anything, so I'm going to mute this all down. How much loyalty do I have? Oh, I only got 12. All right, so let's go ahead and get some more loyalty. All right. Okie dokie. If he goes third mode, I think all my creatures die. Let's see. Nope, he did his first. Okay, good. But I am needing some lifelink here ASAP. Where is my lifelink? Painful Quandary doing work, man. All right, there's Void Ren. We'll use that for sure. We're at limit, so we can start doing the thing. Let's go. How many cards I have in hand? I want to get rid of. Oh, not Void Ren. I need Void Ren. Do I have 2 Void Rens? No. In fact, I want to use you first. Never mind. There is no. We'll get rid of that, actually. And we're going to go search for some type of removal. What do we got? We'll go another Void Ren. That's fine. So we'll go 2 Void Rens here. That should delete both creatures, even if he does prioritize his top deal. That should give us some ability here. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll lock that down. We'll go there. All right, so let's see what happens here. So that should kill that creature. That kills a secondary creature because he's got no supports. I still got no lifelink, which is kind of crazy. I'm still looking for that Angel Fire Ignition. Didn't see it anywhere. Shuffler's fine. Shuffler is fine. All right, he's got Remy, but we can block Remy. He didn't use his third, so we're not in trouble just yet, but we do need to get rid of that. All right. Sleep with the Fishes is not good here because that disables him, but he still triggers what's-his-face's ability. We'll take that. So if he casts his third... Actually, I don't like this. I got to draw another card. Let's ditch this Conclave. Let's go ahead and draw a card here. Void Ren, just what we needed. Great. Kato doing work, son. Kato doing work, son. All right, let's go ahead and let's leave this up here. So what's happened is he's making gem swats. It's making my stuff cost more. So I want it up here so that it gets the reduction in the -11. I won't cast it, but at least I'll be able to get the casting cost within a range of, if I need to cast it, I can't cast it next turn. Let's go here. Let's just go here. Boom, boom. That Void Ren's the creature, and we're hopeful that, I mean, we got to hang in there, kids. We got to hang in there. He drops a creature, and our board's in trouble. I probably should be building up my creature state so that his -10 doesn't impact me as much. But he didn't use his third. Did he steal my creature? He did steal my creature. What a hullabaloo. All right, well, that's why we needed it. So let's go ahead and get these out. Because we do have those with Double Strike. I need to get rid of that. Did they have any supports? They have no supports. I need another Void Ren, to be fair. So let me go try to dig for one. There's Angel Fire Ignition. Yeah, let me do that instead. Let me put Beastie Boy here. I have this. Let me let me minimize. Let me disable you. I will go here for a 5 match. Gives me some loyalty. Does some damage. My guy is bigger, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I'll take it. That'll keep him free. So Remy's bigger than 10, so that keeps him bigger than what would happen with the ultimate of Dakin, should he ever decide to use it. All right, there's that. An 18. All right, I just got to survive this next turn. All right, so use this first again. That's fine. Oh, he fired off and killed that, but that's fine. He loses a secondary card. Now he's in one casting cost mode. Actually, I think he's in one casting cost mode. Is that what it is? Yeah, with Painful Quandary, he's in one casting cost mode. So let's just do this. Let's get rid of these. Let's lock these guys down for now. Let's go here. Boom. We're going to just go ahead and mute both of those guys down. No more shenanigans now from you guys. And that way, if he casts another creature, it doesn't get the bonus of it. So that's 8, 12, and then 18. So one more turn. I don't know, man. This one's a little sketchy. Dakin's always the one that, if he wasn't spamming his first ability, his third would be very problematic. Very problematic. But that's game. I won. And Painful Quandary still out here? It is. Okay, good. Painful Quandary doing work, son. Painful Quandary doing work. So we go ahead and eliminate that guy. And look how big my dude is. He's massive. Let's get him on the board. Boom. Let's go finish the job here, yeah? I probably could have won last turn. I'll mute that down. And if it didn't have a creature, or if it didn't have a third ability like Dakin, you know, able to use that, you could say I could lock down his entire board and just go play for game. But Dakin is the most dangerous guy that you're going to face in the game because he's the best walker in the game. He is the best, hands down, bar none. And realistically, I could probably build this deck with Dakin. Let's take a look and see what other Planeswalkers can run this Karn build. All right, there you go. So I got a pack from the Forgotten Realms. So you got some packs there. Plus all the other packs too. You're nice, you know, neat, cool. You get to get them and all awesome. Let's see. So we got green for Conclave Naturalist. You got white, red, blue, white, blue, red, and then black. So Painful Quandary is a flex card. You could take Painful Quandary out and run something else in its stead, although I kind of dug it. I thought it was pretty neat. So green and black, those are the problem ones. So red, white, blue. Narset could run everything except for Conclave Naturalist and Painful Quandary. Dakin could run everything except Lizard Blades and Conclave Naturalist. So those would be your two flex cards. You'd have to go find other 11s to pull them out. Conclave Naturalist, though, is pretty important. You want to substitute some other card, maybe like Broker's Charm for the top node, and then on the bottom node, I'd probably still use Broker's Charm just to ensure you're getting into the cards you need for your draw and dealing damage where you need to their front creatures and getting rid of supports as needed off the board. You got to have a lot of support removal, guys. And if not, Void Rend some other Vanguard removal, subbing that out in your color matches. This build as it is, only Karn can run it, or any colorless walker that you have if you have Ted, heaven for help you, or any of the other cards. Why? This could be something that you run in that. And actually, I shouldn't say that. Karn 2 is actually very good with his first ability. I hate to say this. For this event, to be able to get rid of any kind of Vanguards and anything with his first ability. So his +2 mana bonuses are something you can run this exact build with and might be a little functional. I don't think so. I think Karn 1 is by far not even close. He's so much better. But this is the guy that I'm running my event with. This is the deck that I'm actually taking a picture of. And this is the one that I'm going to be running with going forward into running the event. So what are you running, my friends? What other cards are you setting up for this? I hope that you found this helpful. I'm going to go do my best to go get this event done and cleared and come into the Discord where I'll post what my final results were for this event and if I made any additional changes to the deck. If I did, I'd probably record that video, make the adjustments, talk about what I kept running into and why. I haven't faced the standard meta enough, but this is a pretty flexible build. So with that, my friends, I appreciate you. I know you can be anywhere in the world. Just spend this time with me here. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope this was beneficial to you. If it was, comment, like, subscribe, join the party, get over into our Discord. Let us know what you're using for the or the Colors of Magic event. And as always, till our next quest. Where's up? It's hot. It's hot in my house right now, man. I'm in Arizona. It's Phoenix. It's hot. Hot, brah.